Hi there! Welcome to my YouTube channel Ifixmycarmyself and the Challenger project. Today I'm going to try to fix the rear panel to the car, and I will show some of the preparations I have done, some repairs to the wheelhouse and the rocker panel and so on. So let's look at it. Here you can see the outer wheelhouse. That was a part that I had to repair. It was not completely rusted out, but it was repaired once before, and well, it was time to do it again. As you can see, I have prepared the surface here. I have also replaced a part of the rocker panel. I also replaced the trunk extension here. What I have done is I have cleaned up all the surface rust with a grinder and a wire wheel with a grinder. Then I have prepared the surface with a anti-rust treater. Then I have covered this with a white primer, a zinc based primer. That is the white color you can see here. On some of the places I have used a zinc. That's also a zinc primer, but basically it's mostly zinc. The reason is that you can weld through this. So all the surface where I'm going to weld, they have been prepared with this zinc that's here. Here there will be spot welds all the way around the wheelhouse, and at the bottom of the trunk extension, that is also prepared with this zinc. And also at the other side of this pillar, that surface is also prepared with zinc instead of the usual primer. And what you can see, the white sticky stuff here is a seam sealer, a special seam sealer for bodyworks to cover the weldings, because there is a weld going on all the way around here. And the weld, even though it is what I would believe quite good, there can be small holes or imperfection or cracks. So that's why I seal it. I seal the complete weld all the way around. This is not Bondo. It's not that kind of repair. It is metal all through here. So now I will prepare the rear panel in a similar way, and then fix it to the car. I will prepare the panel, but before putting the panel on the car, I will first prepare this surface here. And this is a flux, is a tin based soldering flux or whatever it's called. I don't know the proper name of it. what I will do is there will be some tin soldering here. Maybe the solder is lead free, I don't know. I probably got some old lead or tin that is lead based, and if I find it I will use it. However, I have to prepare this surface here first. The reason I do it is that this part is going to be lead soldered to the car, and to get a really good solder from the other side, I prepare also this side, so the lead will go in between the layers of metal when it's fixed to the car, and that will be a really good and strong solder, whatever it's called. And this is a ordinary propane torch. There is not much left in it, and it's quite cold here in the garage, so I don't know if it will work. I will try. See how the color changes here. Now this surface is prepared for the later soldering that I will do. I will also prepare the other side, but that's not any rush doing that, because I can do it when it's fixed to the car. I will also have to prepare the surface on the car. And what I have done now is I have prepared all the surfaces that are going to be welded, are prepared with my zinc primer, the weld true primer, and all around the wheelhouse, and also down to where the trunk extension is welded. All that surfaces are treated with the weld-through primer. Now I will try to fit the fender to the body, and I have test fitted it many times, and it's not that difficult, but there is some technique involved in it. First I have to hang it here in this part. It hangs loose in the rear end. Problem is that the fender here, the panel, should be underneath here. And this way. It also has to be above the trunk gutter, or whatever this part of the piece is called. And then just like that. I have used this kind of screws to fit the fender. It's a kind of a self-drilling screws with this type of head, and I think they are quite good for this work. I have done some holes and moved it around quite a lot, and I know now which holes to use, and I will get the drill machine, wherever it is, somewhere in the mess. You see, that's the kind of problem I always have. It's a mess. I don't know why, if it's me or tools in general. Do they like to be in a mess, or is it just me? I don't know. Tell me. This is the tool, the screw. It's a kind of magnetic thing there, holds it in place. this is more or less how I will attach it to the body for the moment. What I think is important is to see inside here that there is a good good attachment to this pillar, and it looks to be in a quite good position. There is only a couple of millimeters between the fender and the panel and the pillar here. It looks quite okay. I have to weld here. There will be some spot weld, and then some lead soldering. There are some new attachment to the new trunk gutter. I will drill some more holes here and weld it later. This is not so important because I have to change the whole rear. The whole tail panel will be replaced with a new one that came with the post some days ago. And you can believe me, that one was expensive. It was a bloody expensive part. The reason I will change the tail panel is because it's the shape is not so good. It has lost its shape through the years. The truth is that this car has been in a crash, a rear crash, so the whole rear panel here is about 2 centimeters too much in that direction and 1 centimeter too much in this direction. That's more or less an inch and that way, half inch this way. That's why I have to completely replace it, and I will weld the new one together with the panels. So I will have to wait with the replacement until I have replaced also the panels on the other side. Then I will also replace the tail panel. So this is more or less what it looks. I have test fitted it many times, as I told you, and this was not how it looked looked like the first time. I had to make some adjustment to the door, and I had to put the fender in this position. So I had something to compare with. What I would like to have is also the hood. It's over there. Perhaps I will fix the hood over the weekend, and I will put it on the car. That will make it even easier to align the hood and the fender and the door and the rear panel. One problem I had from the beginning was to get the fender, I keep calling it the fender, but it's a rear panel, to get the rear panel in a good position. Now the door is adjusted to more or less where I think it will be. If you compare it with rubber seals and everything like that, it looks like it should be okay. You also have the bottom. Here it looks quite okay. And one problem was to get the fender, the rear panel up high enough. Also I had a problem fixing the panel, because it was out here maybe ½ inch from the door. The problem was the outer wheelhouse. I had to make some adjustment to that one. Now it looks quite okay. I just want to show one last time. I managed to get a pretty good alignment here. I will have to adjust the door a little bit more in that direction. Otherwise the alignment is quite okay. And I will show you how it does align inside the car. I will try to put the camera inside the rear panel so that you can see what's going on. Perhaps you can see the alignment here. It's quite good now. Those you can see there are a lot of drill holes. That's because this panel was replaced once before. That's what it looks like from up here. There is a pretty good alignment here now, but sadly I have to say that the alignment was not so good. Before I had to make 3 cuts here, because the panel was a little bit too straight and did not follow the shape of the door pillar here. That's why I had to make these cuts. Now it follows quite well the shape of the door all the way. You could see before that it was a little bit too straight here. Now it's a more rounded shape, the same as the door. Otherwise, I think this replacement part was quite okay. That's the only remark I have. Otherwise, it worked quite fine.